Well, hello guys, this is Sean again, and we are back, and we're going to be working on the Flamingo exhibit today. And I've done a bit of research, that way I can give you guys a whole bunch of information about flamingos and how strangely interesting they are. But first, I wanted to go down to the village because I set up something that way. It made trading easier because there's a lot of villagers that just love wandering around, opening and closing doors, and lagging, and basically lagging the area. So I thought there must be an easier way. Someone who made a mod has to have made something to make this a little simpler. Funny, bad, well, you're you and I gonna have a talk. Another day. It's just another day of sun. But anyways, before we do that, let's make sure we've got some stuff to trade with. Go. Also, I set this up. That way, because this chest runs straight into the big filter system that we have underneath both of these buildings. So you have extra things like gravel or dirt or seeds. You can just toss them in here, and it'll just pump them out of this chest and into the main filter system. That way, everything gets solved out. But what I really want to do is go through here, pick up the rest of these emeralds I have, and see what we can trade, because I really want to get on these villagers' good sides. Because as I was walking around the other day, I noticed something new is in here. And I didn't know this could actually happen. I've never seen this before. A golem. Like, I didn't know they could just appear. I thought that was just like a myth. But this guy just like, I was walking around, and then I came back through here, and he's just standing here, and I'm like, wow, I've got a golem now. I feel special. So I was reading up, and like, I was like, I wonder if it's possible to like breed villagers. And it is. But you have to like get on their good sides by like trading with them and stuff. So I'm like, how do I do that? Well, to simplify it with this. This is a trading post. So what it does is it takes the trades of all the villagers in the area and it basically centralizes them. That way we can click on it, and everything that the villagers here trade is now here. So I really want that. I really do. I don't have glass. We do have glass, but I really want goggles. I really want goggles. Do you know what we could do with goggles? You could dive. Oh my gosh, imagine we could actually do an underwater like exhibit thing if we had goggles. I need to collect glass because imagine an exhibit just where there's a lot of underwater stuff. It'd make it so much easier to do that. Let's wear this straight out because who knows how long those last, but I need it. Yeah, so this will centralize it. That way it's easier. We aren't running around the village trying to find them. And with so many villagers here, it's going to make it much easier to try and do trades. So let's see. Where did... Oh my god, it's not even here anymore. I don't know what happened. I'm so confused. What? What? It was right here. I don't understand. Um, I, what? I'm lost. I don't know what's happening. Oh, look at this little party. No, because it'd be one of these guys, the one with the orange vest. Oh, it does have a range, so maybe it's one of these two, and they just moved out of range of it. Is it you? Oh, you? Yes, it is. Uh-huh. Oh, you take a lot of... not a fan of that. We'll just take one. We'll see if that makes you any happier. Can I get the next trade? No, not yet. Sir, I need this. Maybe I have to buy 2. Can I stack them? I can't stack them. Yeah, about 2 of these. Yeah. What's the next trade? Legendary Mossy Bottom Beater for 25. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do that. Hello, what do you... Oh, I don't really want stamps. What about you? What do you do? Bread. I want bread. I do want bread. I need food. Like, carrots do not cut it anymore. Thank you so much, sir. Oh, that was an amazing deal. I'll have to... If I ever find a diamond, I'll have to come back. Because I think the emerald ones heal you. Almost certain of that. Almost. Not completely. So now, what does it look like if I put them on? Do you have any, like, effects? But maybe if we hop in water, I can see better? Question mark? Hopefully. Or at least underwater breathing is better. Oh, it does give night vision. And breathing isn't much better. Like, it seems like it's just vision that it helps. And also, I feel like, I don't know, I doubt this is true. I think I'm moving faster. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I have goggles, and I might get rid of them. Well, at least we can mass produce emeralds so we can potentially shop more and make them in a better mood that way. More trades, more things that we could potentially get from the villagers, because the villagers have honestly pretty cool stuff. We just have to, like, get through all the crud that's their first choice, like, trades. But back to this. Now the Flamingo exhibit that I'm thinking of, let me step back up here. So it'll include these 3 like waterfall things. It all curves down to this little pool, and then the fence will ride along this ridge, connect up here, and then go out to that side. So it'll be like a little flat area here and stuff over there. So that's kind of the idea that I had for it. And while we're filling all of this up with water, because this is going to take a little bit, I thought, let's talk about flamingos, because they're really interesting. So let me just need one more. Perfect. Flamingos are interesting on a few accounts. One, in that scientists aren't exactly sure when they came about. The first idea of when the first flamingos appeared, one main consensus is in the late Cretaceous period, which is really interesting because that means that flamingos not only existed before, but survived after the big KT extinction of the dinosaurs. So I'm like, oh my gosh, flamingos are so cool. They survived, like, the biggest mass extinction that we know, though, the most well-known mass extinction event. And I'm like, that's amazing, from this animal that we love to portray as dainty and fragile. But they're really, really, like, extreme animals, if, like, not to put too fine a point on it. Another thing is that most of them, well, at least those that live in the... Actually, most of them do. Live in very acidic or very hot water. So the lesser flamingo lives in a lake where the water is so hot and so acidic that it will melt human skin the moment you come into contact with it. And these guys just nest and feed and wait in it and relax in it. That's their home. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like, you can't find anything more extreme than that. Like, this thing, this water would melt my skin, and flamingos just like relaxing in it. They're calm, they're relaxed, they eat, they do all their mating rituals, and oh, we'll talk about that next. Like, they do their mating rituals and all that stuff in water that would literally kill us. Not to mention all the noxious gases that water puts out because it's volcanic, and it's amazing. These guys survive so much. I think they're probably the biggest, well, the best survivors of many bird species just because of that fact. Now let's see if I can, let's do this side first. So I said I'm going to talk about like the mating rituals and stuff. I think we're going to do something interesting because this looks very odd. All that's coming inward. So that's what it's supposed to look like. I'm going to break that now. I'm going to have to fill that back up because now that's an empty spot. I don't know how Minecraft water logic works, but I'm just going to go with it. Like, that's all you can do now. That looks good. That looks perfect, actually. So after this, I kind of want to go on a small plant collecting trip to get like aquatic plants or different things that would be pink or different shades of red to put around this exhibit. And then by next time, I'll have used the, what is that? Biome wand to make this area a little bit more green than brown. That way it looks a little more flamingo friendly. Or life friendly, period. Then we can place the Great Flamingo and trees and a whole bunch of other stuff in here. And I'm so excited. Oh, sorry. I was talking about flamingos and it got sidetracked and there's just so much. This is weird again. I kind of want to put a fish in here, but I don't think that would work. Especially since it's supposed to be realistic. In most areas where flamingos live, it's too bad for fish to live, but they do eat crustaceans like krill, they'll eat algae, they'll eat small shrimp, they'll eat a whole bunch of really interesting things. And I'm like, you guys' diet is very cool because that's what gives them their color. So if you were to look at a flamingo when it's born, well, hatches, it's totally white. It'll be white to a very light gray color, and they're really cute. They're like little tennis balls, and I love it. Let's see, little tennis balls. But how does that work? I mean, if both of its parents are like the brightest pink you'll ever see, and the baby is like pure white, it's like, oh no, it's not going to find a mate. It won't survive. But unlike many animals, their color isn't determined by their parents. It's determined by their food. So if the chick doesn't get the nutrients to become red from its parents, then it just stays white, gray color. And you'll see that in chicks or malnourished flamingos, or even those that are older that just can't process the red colors. The keratin, I really want to say it's keratin, except I say it and then it makes me think of keratin, the stuff in fingernails, and that doesn't sound right, but it just sounds, I don't know. I should really rename those because they sound exactly the same. So it can also happen in elderly flamingos, but one of the things is when you hold, well, okay, if you've ever opened a chicken egg, the yolk is like yellow or an orangish color. Well, that's basically the nutrient base for the chick as it's like growing inside the egg. If you were to look at a flamingo egg, though, it would be a dark blood red color because the mother, when she lays the egg, the inside of that is full of a whole bunch of those carotenoids that she had. And so she basically gives it an extra boost as it grows up to become the brightest pink physically possible when its feathers come in. Another thing is that pigeons, doves, and flamingos, and I believe 2 or 3 other birds have what's called crop milk. Now, every bird has an organ in their body called a crop. Bunny, I swear, I don't know what to do with you because I want to keep you. I just don't want you to jump all over the crops. You're gonna ruin it. Oh, you are a bold bunny. You are a very bold bunny. So just about all birds have a crop, and that's basically so that way they can hold food without eating it. That way, if there's a time where there's less food and they're hungry, they can just pull food out of there and swallow it. Basically, a bag of snacks that you carry around with you. But for see this bunny, we're going to have a really big talk because you cannot keep doing this. It's not acceptable. This is how I get my food. Okay? Don't do that. It's not nice. For them, after they lay eggs and the chick hatches, they produce what's called crop milk. Now, what happens is the inside of that organ starts to produce like this. For pigeons and doves, it's like a whitish gray cream. I don't know how to describe it. And they feed that to their young as sort of like a protein to sort of help them grow. For flamingos, it's blood red because it's full of the different like stuff to help the chick grow as pink as physically possible. And it's really cool how all of that is not brought in by genetics, but it's brought in by the parents giving the chick the nutrients to become pink, if that makes sense. Oh, that's what I need to do. Need sticks and then an axe. But you're like, why make a stone axe? You already have an emerald one. Well, for this, you can't use an emerald axe. You need a lot of these. Let's go with 40. Now, we take this. And we are in business. So this is what I want to use as the fence for this exhibit. Hopefully this will look good and work when I have the right colors to this exhibit. And I also want to raise this up or add a pathway, which, as you might have seen, I'm going to make a road system because I thought that'd bring it all together. So that area is going to be mahogany corner. And I'm going to plant mahogany trees right there because that's the wood that's used. And then I don't know what other woods, but what other trees. And like, I kind of want to do that and like make different roads themed after the different plants that are used to make those roads, if that makes sense. I'm actually going to cut this little bump out. So of flamingos, there are 6 agreed upon species. The Old World, which are the greater and lesser flamingos, which are the respectively the largest and the smallest species. Then the New World flamingos, which are the Chilean, Andean, American or Caribbean, and the James. Just a little bit more. I just need more string for that. I swear this rabbit's going to be the death of me if it keeps jumping on my gloves. I think I have some cotton already in here. I do. I have a little bit of cotton left. Oh. Let's see if I can get some more. But so those are these 6 species, and they range in habitats from the, as we talked about, acidic boiling lakes of volcanoes to coastal wetlands to mountains and really, really high up in very cold areas. Like the Andean looks super puffy because of how warm it has to be, because of how cold it is where it lives, and it's so cool. There's so many different species, and each one of them is different but similar in, of course, what they eat and how they eat. They're the only birds whose beaks are meant to be used upside down, which is really interesting. The lower half of the beak is larger than the upper half. So if they open their beak, you see it like kind of opens from the top, and it's interesting to look at. And they're very, very fun creatures to watch. Let's go with 6. I think 6 should be enough. Yep. Ha ha ha. And now we have a flamingo exhibit. Look at this. Look at this. We've got the bare bones exhibit done. I have so much hope for this. So, how to get in? Do I have shears with me, or did I leave them somewhere? Not in here. And now I'm trapped. Luckily, I know I made this to where nothing can get out. Nice job, Sean. I just want to bring this up one more, just because public safety and like animal safety, because you want to make sure you don't get just random things coming in that could potentially kill them, which I have learned that some of the Mo creatures animals don't like flamingos. I believe it's raccoons and I want to say bears will attack flamingos if given the chance. And I'm like, oh, we don't want any of that happening. That'd be very depressing, especially if they got the Great Flamingo. That'd kind of ruin the entire exhibit. But on the topic of flamingos attack and all that stuff, flamingos have surprisingly long lifespans. Many of them can live to be 20 to 30 years in the wild, which is practically unheard of for most birds. So it's just super cool. I love this. Okay, I want this because I really love this plant. Now this is where you use the plant mega pack like propagation method to take and replace what you're taking. Just mass click, and now I have 4 of them. Put one back. Keep walking. Oh, this would be perfect. See all the different pinks and reds? I love it. Yet again, 4. Haha, winning. There's so many Cosmos here. I almost don't want to take any because they look like they're special. Yeah, I'm just not going to snag any of those. Let's clear some space. They can live to be, let's see, 20 to 30 years in the wild and up to 50 years in captivity. And it's super interesting that a bird can live that long, especially in the wild. And in my opinion, now this is not like any scientific journal that I've read, nothing has to do with that. But my guess is one of the reasons they live so long is because of the extreme habitats they nest in. So because they nest in waters that are way too dangerous for most predators to get to, then it's easier for them to stay safe when nesting because fewer things are going to come to attack them potentially. So that's my guess. But also another thing that they noticed was flamingos don't always nest, even if like nesting should be a thing. And what I mean by that is there was a flock that in a 20-year span only nested 9 years. And they don't know why they didn't take the other 11 years to nest whenever they had the chance. They just didn't. And I'm kind of curious about that. And they seem to plan like or choose to nest after rains. So those are big markers for times when they want to nest. Ooh, big pink. I need it. Ooh, and ferns. What's an exhibit without ferns? Where, oh my god, I was gonna get so mad. I thought there were goats around. Oh, but it is getting dark. Okay, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Because it's very dangerous over here. We're literally in the jungle right now. Okay, put it down. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I don't want to be trapped out here at night. Whew, okay. Um, so most of their predators are actually large predatory birds that can fly over the areas and hunt them from above rather than risk baking trying to get them from ground level. So that is the amazing life. Oh, one more very important thing about flamingos is they are extremely social. So one thing that they noticed is because of how social they are, they're very prone to depression if they're kept alone or in small groups of less than 5 or 6. So I really want to like get them and then breed them and sort of breed them and like get different species and basically name them, like not name them, but like, I don't know how to describe it. Get tags, like, um, I don't know why I forgot what they're called. The signs. Why did I forget what the sign was? And basically put them out for each species that we see in the exhibit. And I want to get a poster to put over here. That way people can like come up and they're like, oh, that one looks cool. What species is it? Look at the poster. Oh, it's a greater flamingo, and then learn about those. I feel like that'd be super cool, but I might just be looking way too in depth at literally everything. Let's take this off. And let's drop down. So I can continue propagating ferns here because I really love ferns. If you have not noticed, ferns are probably one of my favorite like groups of plants because I just can't get enough of them. They're so interesting. Are you there? Actually, no, not there. Out here. Are you there? So this entire thing is going to be a living system full of many different plants and colors and God knows what else. And then sort of splashes of red. I don't like that line. Nothing should look like a line. So you right here. Oh, I'd rather these. Yeah. Oh, they don't go on sand. Dang it. Right here. Now, the one plant that actually I'm going to really look for is the Lazarus Bell. For a few different reasons. One, I just really love the plant. And two, because it's pink and it's the Lazarus Bell. And it just fits the whole, like, the memory garden idea of, like, the pink stuff, of, like, the pinks. And I just really think, I really, really, really want that plant in here. I'm going to put the ferns on the back to sort of fill up some area. Put the club moss down to sort of, yet again, fill up area. Where'd it go? Oh, okay. I was gonna get so scared. I was like, I can't lose that. Can I get 2? Let's do more. This is actually a horrible cheat, and I do not recommend it, but it's the best way to get a lot of plants without risking death to get more plants. I'll take you out because I'm going to put a tree right here. So this so far is the Flamingo exhibit. I'm very excited to see what happens. I feel like I just saw something jump out of the water, but I might just be tired, crazy. I did just have like a cup of coffee, so I don't know what I just saw. That looks too close to being in line. I think that's good. And then we'll go back, do a bit of explorative plant finding. I do need to put a keeper entrance in this building, or I could put the keeper entrance in the back and like a door, like sort of like the what is that? The carpenter's door, like from last, and just sort of put it in the back here, and then have a room in the back. And then, oh, that'd be perfect because since we're gonna put like mostly birds over here, we can have a room inside of this little mountain hill area and have like incubators and sort of little nest areas. And oh my gosh, it'd be perfect. It'd be like a pre-exhibit area for the birds. Like that way we can like make sure they're safe, make sure they're healthy, and then put them on exhibit. I know what I'm gonna do next. I really also want to get rid of grapple because I don't like the look of it. And also we can use gravel inside of the little chest on the side of the house to potentially get fossils. The more fossils, the more dinos, the more dinosaurs, the cooler the exhibits. I really like this. So with that, I think I'm actually going to call it done. I might do a little bit more work. I will do the, what is that? Biome one. Sort of add the right color to this area. And next time, I think we're going to put a flamingo or 2. Actually, how many eggs do we have? I want to say we have 3 eggs, but that doesn't sound right. I'm going to put a flamingo or 2 in here because, you know, I feel like we've done a lot. And we have 2 eggs and then 1 full-grown flamingo, so it'll be interesting. And I've got high hopes for this exhibit and this world because I'm getting back to what I love and I enjoy so much of it. So with that, I actually want to say a few things. One, guys, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you can like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Tell me if like the kind of cheat for I also tell me what I should do with this rabbit, because I need to put him somewhere because he's just ruining stuff, and I don't know what to do with him, and I don't know where he is now. And I'm kind of concerned that I don't know where he is. Um, but yeah. Sorry. Well, with that, I'm actually going to end it because I'm done. I can't. If you guys have any ideas, just sort of leave them in the comment section. Around the end of the video, there will be a link popping up to a brand new um, Teespring campaign for the Indian Gharial. Now, I really love this. This is like the coolest reptile, in my opinion. Like, you don't understand how amazing this is. And they have been through a lot. And so if you guys could just at least check it out, or maybe see something else in the Sean's WildWorld shop, that would be wonderful, because everything you guys do helps me out in some way, shape, or form, and I really enjoy the help. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Peace out.